In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on December 13, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Anaheim Ducks versus Toronto Maple Leafs. It's an interconference clash on the ice north of the border as a struggling team takes on one of the hottest squads in the league. The Anaheim Ducks are on the road as they make the trip to face the Toronto Maple Leafs Tuesday night. Anaheim was in action against Ottawa Monday night on the road, so they are playing the second game of a back-to-back situation here. The Ducks were drubbed 6-1 by the Sharks Friday night in their previous contest. Toronto knocked off Calgary 5-4 in overtime at home Saturday night in their most recent game. In the last 10 meetings, the Maple Leafs own a 7-2 advantage, though the Ducks earned a 4-3 overtime victory at home in the first meeting this season on October 30th. The Ducks are 0-5 in their last 5 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 11-41 in their last 52 overall. The Maple Leafs are 41-15 in their last 56 home games and 8-1 in their last 9 overall. The over is 4-0 in Ducks' last 4 overall. The under is 5-2 in Maple Leafs' last 7 overall. The Ducks are 2-12 in the last 14 meetings in Toronto and 2-7 in the last 9 meetings. The favorite is 8-2 in the last 10 meetings. The home team is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. These teams are nowhere near the same level, so the result here should how that. Looking at the defensive output in the previous 5 games should prove just that, as Anaheim is allowing 4.8 goals per game, while Toronto is giving up a very respectful 1.8 goals per game. The ability to score on the power play is also a huge difference maker, as the Maple Leafs are 9th with a 25.3 power play percentage, while the Ducks are 31st in the NHL with a 15 power play percentage. The Anaheim Ducks continue to be fade material, especially on the road, as they don't do much of anything right and that defense is pathetic. The Toronto Maple Leafs are starting to really get going, and that offense still has another gear or 2 it can reach. This is a battle of 2 teams heading in completely different directions. Plus, the Maple Leafs have won 12 of the last 14 games between these franchises played in Toronto, so the Maple Leafs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Anaheim entered Monday's game with the Senators having seen the over post a 14-14 record in their games this season. The Ducks have seen an average total of 6.64 goals per game this season, and that number edges up slightly to 6.69 goals per game as the visiting team. Meanwhile, Toronto comes into this contest having seen the under post a commanding 19-9-1 mark in their 29 games on the year, mainly due to improved defensive zone play. The Maple Leafs have seen an average total of 5.62 goals per game this season. That number ticks down to 5.6 goals per game at home on the year. While we saw 7 goals in the first meeting this season and the Ducks are the league's worst in goals against, this one is more to Toronto's speed. We may see 4-1 or 4-2 as the final, leaving this one short of the number. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Columbus Blue Jackets versus Florida Panthers. The Columbus Blue Jackets and Florida Panthers face off on Tuesday in an NHL showdown at FLA Live Arena. When these 2 teams faced off on November 20th, it was the Blue Jackets that secured the 5-3 victory. Florida is 1-7 against in their last 8 games on Tuesday. The over is 6-1 in the Panthers' last 7 home games. The over is 8-2 in Columbus' last 10 games following a win. The Blue Jackets are 1-4 in their last 5 games against the Atlantic. The Panthers are 1-4 in their last 5 games following a home loss of 3 or more goals. The over is 6-1 in the Blue Jackets' last 7 after scoring 5 goals or more in their previous game. Florida has dominated the Blue Jackets in recent matchups. The Panthers are 8-2-0 in their last 10 games against Columbus. The offense is a big advantage for Florida in this matchup. Columbus scored 2 or fewer goals in 5 of their last 9 games, and they ranked 24th in goals per game and 27th in shots per game. The Panthers scored 4 or more goals in 5 of the last 10 games, and they rank 11th in goals per game and 1st in shots per game. Florida will have no problem scoring on Columbus. The Blue Jackets rank 31st in goals against per game and 31st in shots against per game. Elvis Merzlikins has a record of 4-7-0 with a 4.83 goals against average and a .862 save percentage. Goaltending has been a major problem for Columbus so far this season, so the Florida Panthers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Defense and goaltending have been horrible for the Blue Jackets this season. They rank 31st in goals against per game and 31st in shots against per game. Elvis Merzlikins has a record of 4-7-0 with a 4.83 goals against average and a .862 save percentage. Florida scored 4 or more goals in 5 of the last 10 games. The Panthers rank 11th in goals per game and 1st in shots per game. Matthew Tkachuk leads the Panthers with 37 points. He is tied for 7th in the league in points. Tkachuk has 2 or more points in 5 of the last 10 games. The over has hit in 9 out of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. This will be a higher scoring game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Stars versus New Jersey Devils. The Dallas Stars face the New Jersey Devils with both teams off to great starts to the season. The Stars have a 16-8-5 record and are near the top of the Central Division, while the Devils have a 21-5-2 record and are in first place in the Metropolitan Division. Both teams are looking to remain near the top of their conferences, and the upcoming game looks to be a great one as a result. The Stars are 0-4 in their last 4 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 1-5 in their last 6 Tuesday games. The Devils are 7-19 in their last 26 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 21-5 in their last 26 overall. The under is 5-2 in Stars' last 7 overall. The under is 9-3-1 in Devils' last 13 overall. The Stars are 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. A favorite is 19-7 in the last 26 meetings. The home team is 19-9 in the last 28 meetings. The Devils have been one of the best all-around teams in the league. New Jersey ranks 3rd in goals per game, 4th in shots per game, 2nd in goals against per game, and 2nd in shots against per game. Videk Vanecek has a record of 12-2-2 with a 2.39 goals against average and .912 save percentage. Akira Schmidt has a record of 5-1-0 with a 1.7 goals against average and .940 save percentage. New Jersey has the defense and goaltending to slow down Dallas' offense. While both teams are on the back end of a back-to-back, Dallas is on the back end of a road back-to-back, which is more difficult. The Dallas Stars haven't played well on the end of a back-to-back this season, and they're coming off a heartbreaking loss to Pittsburgh where they allowed a goal with less than a minute left. It will be hard for the Stars to get up in this spot, so the New Jersey Devils money line is our full game side pick. The Stars, who allow only 2.82 goals per game, should limit the Devils' offense with Esa Lindell, Colin Miller, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Scott Wedgwood to make plenty of big saves. The Devils, who allow only 2.33 goals per game, should eliminate the Stars' offense with Dougie Hamilton, Jonas Sagenthaler, John Marino, and the rest of the defensive unit forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone while goaltender Akira Schmidt blanks shots on the net. This will be a low-scoring game controlled by both defenses. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.